So today I'm going to be talking about swearing in YA, a often controversial subject. Now I know that parents and teachers and editors often have very strong opinions about this. From all the talks that I've been to over the years about publishing and teen literature, people have talked about problems they've had getting publishers to let them put swearing in a book, and problems with school libraries and sometimes public libraries agreeing to buy books with swearing in. Personally, all these concerns aside, I am on the pro-swearing side. I can understand some of the anti-swearing side. I know there are some people who just don't like the language, and they might note in their review that they found the swearing uncomfortable, or it might make them not like characters as much. But then there are some people whose reviews I don't find as reasonable. I quite often see people giving books 1 star or no stars and putting as their only reason that the book had swearing in it. I don't understand how swearing can be such a big deal to you that you can ignore every single other aspect of the book. I mean, they never elaborate, these people, hardly ever. They don't say, I saw, the F word on page 3 and so I didn't continue reading it. In which case, fair enough if you feel quite that strongly about it. But quite often they just put, it had swearing in it, I didn't like it. I'm paraphrasing here, but that's the gist. And because I don't mention anything else, I don't know how much of the book they read. And it's a bit strange. I've thought about this, and I'm pro swearing in books for 2 reasons. The first reason is that it's realistic. I loved to swear when I was a teenager. I absolutely adored it. It was one of my greatest pleasures. I was, quite quiet and nerdy, and I was a good girl. I didn't smoke or take drugs or do anything really bad. I felt incredibly guilty if I even considered doing something bad. And so swearing was kind of like my outlet, because it's just words, it doesn't actually hurt anybody. So I would swear like a sailor. I would swear with so much joy and happiness just inside my heart every time I used the F word. And a lot of other teenagers were the same way. I think a lot of teenagers kind of go through a phase, even if it doesn't stick, of absolutely loving swearing, It's that whole kind of rebellious, shocking thing. And because it's only words, even if you're otherwise quite restrained and good, you can still swear. And that is your little way of rebelling. I personally find books and films, TV shows in which teenage characters swear more realistic. I find it quite strange if they don't swear ever. The other reason is that as a writer, I realised today that swearing is timeless. This is the great beauty of it. I was writing a sentence earlier today in which a character said, they described something as rubbish. They were the narrator. And I read a bit more in that scene, and then I went back up and I was reading over what I'd written, and I thought, do kids say rubbish these days? I don't know, I'm old, I don't have the faintest clue, but and then I thought about it, and I'm like, I've no idea what word they would use, and it's a really hard thing to research. I have a cousin in secondary school, and I could ask her, what do people say to mean this? And she could tell me, but she'd only be able to tell me what she uses at her South London comprehensive school. And that wouldn't give me any insight into what other teenagers use in different parts of the country, from different socio-economic backgrounds. It wouldn't tell me what teenagers on the other side of the world say. And so I just deleted rubbish and wrote in shit, because everybody says that. It translates easy to different languages, you don't need to worry about it being out of date, because teenagers still like to swear. And it's that's the way it is. It's just easy, you know. If I had to write that out, then I don't know what I'd put in. I might have to go back to rubbish. So let me know in the comments, what do you think about swearing in YA? Is it something you sort of gloomily tolerate, or is it something you actively enjoy? Are there any books you've read with too much swearing in? Are there any things that put you off reading books? Other than swearing, what are your sort of book deal breakers? Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Bookish Brits if you haven't already, and you'll see me in a couple of weeks. Bye!